Ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend and a good Sunday. Before we get into some hard-hitting MLE Week 5 action, we're starting this on a more somber and serious note. Last week, there was a huge loss, not only to us on the production end, but to this community and so many online communities that this person was a part of. We lost our good friend, co-caster, and people who we all looked up to at points. Broba ended up losing his battle with depression last week, and so it was a hard loss for a lot of people.
It was a hard loss and a very bigger loss for the community. I've only worked with Broba once or twice, but one of the fond memories I have is that we were the casters of record when we hashtag Freeze League. Always a pleasant person, always a beacon of advice, and as someone who perhaps ironically picked up Rocket League and myself when I was battling my bout of depression, the loss of Broba this week just hits home, and I hope the best and thoughts and wishes go out to him and his family during this hard time.
Our thoughts do go out, and it's a voice that was honestly just as iconic as a lot of the plays it graced, and with a storied career like he had, that's something you'd always hang your hat on, but that's not what he's remembered so fondly for. It is the people he impacted. It's the lives and the people that he made smile. He was a person that a lot of us in MLE strive to be and what the community of MLE wants people to be. And so it was a heavy hit, and so many communities now are reeling, and we just want to make sure that us at MLE say that you aren't alone in these feelings. There are other people out there that are going through these similar things, and try to find ways to reach out to those around you, because at points you might not understand how much you are truly cared for. Well, there has been a GoFundMe set up for the family to help with costs, because in something like this, you can never really help emotionally, but you can help financially. So they have set that up, and I think it's currently doing incredibly well. There's been such great outreach from all these community, but I think the link's going to be posted here in a minute. So if you feel a need, or if there is something you can do to try and help, it would be appreciated.
You are loved. You are acknowledged. Cut me off. It's fine. I know. It's fine. It's fine.
You are loved. That was beautiful.
Yeah, man. Woo. Okay. Cool.
We lost a fairly monumental figure of the community in Broba, and not just our community. He was the voice of RHL. He was a pillar over there, and I know when he was brought kind of back into the fold here at MLE, it was a welcome reunion back in the last season, and a lot of people, myself included, are going to miss Broba for the positivity and the energy that he brought to Rocket League and just to the people around him.
We will be observing for the 29 years of his life. We will be observing a 29-second moment of silence at the start of the game.
I think it's game one is going to be the big tone setter, and so whoever gets that, but we're going to throw it up to Broba here and give him the first call.
With that, we are going to pass it to our good friend Broba here for the first 29 seconds.
Of the net here as the ball gets crossed by Taki. Lettuce, nice touch by him. He's going to look for this follow-up here, grab a little bit of boost, and see if he can't get the follow-up. He's got two defenders, though. Can he bump what he bit? He hits Smurf to put it in! What a shot by Lettuce! Thought that was going to be a goal, but no. Play is still going. Zeta has an open field. That's going to be in with 11 seconds left. Dangerous. Fortunately can't get the clear, though. Dud gets it around him. Arunos is there. Can they pop it towards the net? Bojo's there. He gets the save. Arunos is there, though, and that's going to be pushed in for two.
It's RHL Rewind with Broba. zones. Both teams came in not having had to play in the qualifiers or the placements with their last competitive snow day match in the RHL all the way back at the end of June of 2019. Screwbot scored first in Game 3 when Jarmo found Roughstone with a beautiful wall-riding pass over the upper right corner of the net. Once again, both teams played well and each took multiple stabs at scoring, only to come up short against intense defense.
While maybe having a chance for a center here, Mars doesn't have an opportunity even with that demo, but they are still trying to put it off the backboard. Fluffball might be there, but he doesn't have the shot. It's going to get cleared away again by Vex.
Andy there for the save. Sosa gets a big clear. Is that going to be the first goal for Defiant? And it is.
Sosa picks up the first point.
Thank you, Broba. Marvelously done.
As always, our ever grateful thanks to Broba for taking the call to lead us off here tonight on MLE 1.
Welcome to the following presentation of Minor League Esports on the MLE Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to more MLE action. It is week 5. It is Sunday. We are on the precipice of finishing this week and cresting into that true halfway point. And I am joined by the one, the only, the ever amazing Novanta. Novanta, we got some FL action coming towards us. And guess what, man? That's where you play in, so maybe you have some ties in that we might have?
I'm sorry, I was taking so much time looking up the word precipice and what that means. I'm excited about it all. Thank you so much for having me on this one. The Spectre versus the Flames. It sounds like a wizard is conjuring everything, but it's going to be a good old time because Foundation League never gets the respect it deserves, and I'm totally honored to be here this afternoon.
You said it, the Spectres and Flames coming. And you know what, Novanta? This is a heavyweight bout with playoff implications. This is number 2 going against number 3 in the Orange Division. Again, not at the halfway point, but a lot of bragging rights on the line and playing a very, very good squad to start this off.
Oh yeah, saying both teams are solid are kind of an understatement. Look at the Flames, 8-7 with a 2-1 series scoreline. Seems pretty formidable enough. In fact, they're better than our team, the Hive, currently. Not saying anything, but against the Spectre, it's even a stronger team at 10-5 and 3-0. So it's going to be a clash.
It's going to be a clash. Novanta, it's going to be a battle. And you know what? I think this has the cooking to be a classic. And we are going to hand it off to Broba here to start us off. Wonderful as always, Broba. Thank you so much. And you said it best. It is truly a stalemate game 1 feeling out here. Both teams just kind of banging around. You got Justin Albino and Duel on the Flames. Ice Reception, Babe, and Badger on this Spectre. So 2 teams kind of feeling each other out in this 3. So you get to see a little bit more team play, a little bit more back and forth, and just kind of feeling each other out.
I'm all about that filling out period, but let's call a spade a spade. When it comes down to it, one of those 2 teams has to break that deadlock. And I'm looking at Duel here. With individual efforts so far this season that are to write home about, if not play the week candidates, Duel's the one I'm going to have my eye on this evening.
Well, if you have a true one player in a threes game, it's hard to see them break out, but this could be a position here. Reception a chance, but denied by a solid 50 on the Flames. The Flames kind of stuck in their own half right now, but Albino getting a big clear, but it's turned back by Istro. So more of a tennis match breaking out, back and forth, back and forth.
It's a back and forth contest here. What we're seeing is a little bit of a using the walls and that mid-pitch dogfight, which is okay, because once you control the mid-pitch, that opens the door for having more possession, and that gives you more opportunities to score. But you and I both know it doesn't necessarily mean that having possession is the way to the only key to win the game, and so you can see a little bit more aggressive in the corners as well. I'll look at the Spectre. Here's a team that's strong as they can, but they're just a little bit slower on the ball, and they're giving away those 5-10% of possession over to the Flames.
It is, in some ways, yes. It could be solo plays, especially down here in Foundation, because some people are more susceptible to it, and you have this just slew of mechanics and different approaches to the game. So it's up to these players to kind of decide what their strengths are and what they think their opponent's weaknesses are. Right now, it seems like a fairly even match. You said it, not really holding on to possession, but both teams not wanting to overcommit as they go back and forth. The Flames now up on their defensive side. Justin putting it down. He's got some control here, but no player with him. Able to put it back is Babe. The Spectre just have some possession right now. I want to see a play here, but a double commit could be dangerous, but now a near post opportunity turned away. Badger off to Istro. Istro puts it back on here, but no shots coming through still.
Well, here's the thing about the Spectre offensive attack is that it kind of doesn't really exist here. Everyone's kind of dropping back, trying to wait for the counterattack, which is a great strategy, but you have so much time and so much space afforded to the Flames. You're giving them an extra moment or two to think about what they're going to do to push the ball downfield, which ultimately gets them an advantage. Now, usually, I'm not someone who says be aggressive for the sake of it being aggressive, but I think the Spectre are just hanging back way too far.
That is something I have to agree with there a little bit. Both teams are a little passive here, and it's kind of like they don't want to give up that first goal. You see 3 shots here from Justin, but that is the 100% of the shots in the game, technically. The Flames have all 3 shots, and Justin has all 3. 0 shots for the Spectre, so there have been chances. They just don't want to overcommit. As Istro, though, getting a little bit more aggressive. A good 50 here from both teams. The Flames now have an attack. Albino puts it into the corner. Needs some control here. That Finnick a little bit unruly, but still has the touch. The ball bouncing down, but Istro getting a big-time clear. The Flames looking for an attack, but now they just let off. A lot of space given to Badger. Badger past one, no, loses control. Albino still on it. Has to find a touch here and does. Got it past one near post opportunity. The demo comes through, but the Flames still not able to find that first goal.
Someone has to step up and take the sword from the stone, because right now it looks like a game of heat seeker. You just can't let off when you have a second option. If you have a strong, formidable attack, you have to owe it to your teammates to follow up your shots on goal, baby! I spoke too soon!
You spoke too soon, and I called them out. You know what? I was like, where are the shots? The Spectre said, no, listen. Guys, we will take the shot when we want to shoot it, and there is the perfect touch of Badger dropping it behind the last goalkeeper.
Wow, just going to troll the casters. I see you, Spectre. Dang, 1-0.
Trolling us and probably trolling the opponent team. They thought this was an even game, but all of a sudden they now find themselves in a 1-goal deficit. Sometimes when it has become such a defensive bout, that 1-goal lead looks so much bigger than it actually is.
Well, I always tell you, especially in the Foundation League, being up by 1 is not enough. There was always one mistake. There was always one wayward pass that could make things level. So if you have the goal, you have the score, and the lead in a 1-goal score game, you have to have that second one quick and fast.
So, Novanta, which is better, to be quick or fast here, do you think?
A little bit of both. So people say, what's the difference? Being quick is being able to decide what you want to do on the fly, on the ball, whether you want to pass it, whether you want to shoot it. That's being quick. But being fast is if you beat your defender, you don't want to get cleared away the last possible moment, just like that.
Well, there was a big opportunity for the Flames, but all 3 players just kind of collided and stuck in a traffic jam, and there was no stop sign, no stop light, so I don't know why we got all piled up in the middle of the field, but the Spectre taking advantage of the singular shot, mind you. But you know what? That's all they need. 1 shot, 1 goal, 1 win, right?
You know, it wasn't flashy or exciting, really, but it was effective. The Spectre put 1 in front, literally 1 in front, and they lead this series 1-0 with 1 goal scored.
It's 4 times the shot, and it's only 4 shots, so it's 4 times the shot for stat heads out there. You should not win a game when you give up 4 times as many shots as you take. But no, the Spectre said, no, it's fine. We'll save all 4 of them, mind you, and then score when we want to. Just a great showing from them in game 1.
I mean, when both teams play rope-a-dope, it is something spectacular to see. I had to wake myself up, get myself in order. Balls Goranas getting shipped via Prime now, but I gotta tell you one thing: you can't keep doing that. If you're the Flames now, and you saw that game slip away from you, aggression has to be the name of the game. Because using that game-one game plan will make your night a bad time.
I think the pressure was good for them. I want to see that second and or third rotate a little bit more aggressively, step up like we asked in the beginning of the games. They have the shots, but it was only Justin. Justin, 4 shots. Everyone else, no stats. A lot of zeros on the scoreboard for a lot of those players.
Just hanging out, admiring the scenery. You know what I'm saying? Taking the scenic route. It's cool.
Yeah, well, we're moving on to Neo Tokyo, so you get a little bit more flashing lights. There might be a stop sign here, so maybe that will cause some more traffic jams at midfield, but hopefully not. All the teams loaded in. The Flames trying to catch back up after a 1-0 loss, and they are now sitting at a 1-0 deficit in the series.
Well, if you're going to Neo Tokyo, stop at Bob's Ramen. I'm hungry.
Well, Novanta, I'll tell you, as told to me, it is a true buffet on the field. It is just up to you to decide whether or not you want to eat. And right now, the Spectre, very timid in their approach, but have eaten enough and have the 1-game lead. Albino getting a good pinch there in the corner. Justin is up. Another shot coming to fruition, but Badger putting it all the way back. Albino scrambling back and getting a save. But Icebro puts it back on. Oh, you and I both saw it.
Yeah, that was going to be a close one. I was going to say Albino's really effective when he is up there top, being the main scoring option. Having to pull them back is kind of a hamstring effect for what the Flames really want to do to really get the maximum use out of Albino right now. So it really comes on to Justin, it comes on to Jewel to really feed Albino, to give him a shot on goal that's clear and away from any kind of Spectre defenders.
A painful ball side rotation there, taking the boost from their teammate. I feel like if Babe had the ball and the boost, a little bit more threatening of a touch, especially with the big 50 there, but the Spectre miscommunication on rotations just kind of kills this offense before it started, but now a team bump here. Spectre capitalizing it, pushing it back on, not giving up the pressure. Icebro needs to find it off the wall and does. The ball is back out to midfield, but Justin, the first car up, pushing it back down. A double commit from the Spectre, dangerous. That's a bicycle touch, putting it backwards. The Flames now, counterattack opportunity, a 2-on-1. Icebro can't get there. Duel able to get some control here. You need to find the ball. A good dish off to Justin. Justin puts it high. He's got Albino climbing that ladder, trying to get there. That Finnick just can't reach in time.
Well, that's the thing. I like the creativity of it all. It was something we weren't looking for, and it had it connected. The player would have broke the game open for the Flames. Whew! Shot on, but it was all for now. You'll get another one. Just keep trying new things. You might put yourself ahead.
Well, Novanta, already the Spectre have ruined their perfect shooting percentage. They're 0 for 3 in this game. Come on, guys. You had one job. But now they're putting a lot more pressure on taking shots early here. The Flames now, they've had an opportunity, but they have not put it on target. Aisha now with another one, but too far left. The Spectre knocking on this wall. The true shotgun method, just pushing every single shot that they can.
So here's where it gets really dangerous if you're a supporter of the Flames. You lose the first game, and even number of games in a 5-game series, that's usually the most aggressive. But the thing is, if you're too aggressive, you'll either go wide open for attacks from the opposition. And right now, the Spectre are looking like the stronger side because the ball is in their court quite literally and figuratively.
It is in their court, but they have no goals to show for it, Novanta. They are knocking on this door. Now, Badger caught that last one back in a dangerous spot, but a good read there. Rotating back, but a dangerous touch here. Justin, a good 50 underneath Babe. Now the ball back up. Albino, a great touch with the Finnick. You find the angle, you find the goal.
Well, this one here was scrappy. It was definitely needed and effective. It took a game and a half, but the Flames are on the board, and they have the lead.
The tortoise and the hare. But I think in these two offenses, we might have two tortoises going, so I don't know who's going to win. It's a true war of attrition, Novanta. They take calculated shots when they see them. Albino in the corner trying to find some more. The ball is up. Duel can't get there. Badger has control. Now a one-on-one opportunity. Justin gets the save, gets it past another. That is beating two cars with one flick. That Octane doing work, trying to beat a third here and does. But Babe rotating back post side. A good catch there, denying that pressure early.
Denying the pressure, and I understand that these desperation plays are very effective if you're the Spectre, but if you're the Flames, if you're eyeing up that second goal, because I said before in the last game, you don't want to leave it to a 1-0 scoreline, but that's the reason why, because it's not insurance, and now we are level, we are deadlocked, we are tied once more.
I can't see it off to the left, but it looks like Icebro may have gotten a bump, but you had two Spectre players for the two defenders rotating back. The Flames either bumped or just had to adjust their pathing, so a great job by the Spectre of making a play off the ball.
Well, being a play off the ball is great, but what are you going to do with that? You got some fortune in your favor. You got to switch up your strategy. I don't know what you're planning on doing, but using these long clears are not working to your advantage. Play some small ball. Connect with your teammates in the mid-pitch to open up some path to score. You may have more to your score line when it's all said and done.
A nice call off there from Duel, but loses control here a little bit too overzealous on the creep forward. It ends up falling behind them. The Flames now losing some control and losing some 50s here. ISO and Babe, they're waiting for it off the side, while Albino, a great read and a better touch to push it along the wall here. Another one, got it off the near post, got the goalkeeper up, but Aistro getting back in time, playing that maestro on the defense, making an incredible save, a good demo here. Now the Spectre have a lot of time, but not a lot of boost. Albino doing what they need to do. Another touch here, trying to find Duel, but too far right to be a shot and too far ahead to be a pass.
It's the most frustrating things to see if you're a Flame supporter. How are those passing plays getting stopped by the defense and all those solo plays going wayward and left and right of goal? It's kind of like, which combination do you need to get out ahead? I'm not so sure right now if you remember the Flames, but you're running out of time to get yourself out ahead. So I gotta think, throw everything out the wall now. You gotta salvage this game to put this level.
You ever played like Super Smash Brothers and it's like a mirror match between two of the same characters?
Oh yeah,
that's what I feel like I'm watching right now. Both of these guys trading blows back and forth, and they seem to know what the other person wants to do, and they know how they're supposed to react, and so they're just meeting each other at every single opportunity. Blows being countered by other blows. No one able to truly grasp any controls. The ball bounces back here on the Flames. Duel looking for a pass out here at Justin, but it gets bumped for his troubles. The Spectre trying to play for OT.
Well, just like in that CD bar
Justin
here in West Los Angeles, we're going to see ourselves a turtle race. It's overtime, baby.
Almost. Justin tried to put it in, but that last Spectre, that lone ghost in the goal, denying that one. Now Duel has some control here, but in touch from the Spectre. An interesting clear, but it caught the Flames possibly lacking here. Justin, a post play, but no, not enough of a touch. Catches the tire and lands on his roof out of frustration.
Frustration is starting to set in for all of us here. We're watching the games like you are. There's so many things that I wonder what both teams are going in. We're seeing the double commits from the Flames on offense, and well, it doesn't matter now. They scored one, 2-1 in overtime.
I mean, just pulled out the 9-iron, got teed up, waited for it, and just chipped it over. No defense, and it drops down under the bar. A beautiful touch.
Wait.
What?
So how do you beat defenders? Just shoot it over their heads? The end. There you go. Good job, Flames.
Just put it where they can't get it, obviously. But wow, that's a lot of ones on the Flames side. What was that? 2 assists there coming, one from Albino and one from Justin. A pair of goals, one for Albino, being that one in the end is Duel to put that exclamation point on this game and tie the series back up. So, Novanto, we started at 1 goal. Now we're at 3 goals. So either it's going to be 5 goals next, or it's going to be, what, 6?
Don't give me hope. I feel like Hawkeye now. Do not give me hope. But we do have hope for the Flames. They're finding ways to connect with each other on the run of play. Isn't the most efficient way of doing it, but that's the effective way. The Spectre are great, but they are incredibly passive on defense. I've seen 2, maybe 3 cars at near post and need be. That shouldn't happen. That can't happen at that level. It is absolutely beatable if you're the Flame. Yeah, the safety net. Who's the offensive counterattack? Hanging out, right? So it's totally beatable if you're the Flames. Make it happen.
Novanta, it's no offense, only vibes on the backside right now, but it's just up to them to step it up. Both of these teams beginning to get a feel for each other. I like the ways that, you see that second and third creeping forward, but let's start to be a little bit more aggressive, guys. Let's look for passing plays. Let's look for connects, not only on the opponent's side, but on our own side to find more clears, because when that possession gets onto a side, it sticks there for, 25, 30 seconds.
I understand being on stream, you get that jitters, you get the little pat in your heart. Oh yeah, sometimes you're like, I need a bathroom break before I even get started, but now's not the time to be shy, snake fitting, whatever you want to do it. Go for it. You deserve it. You've earned it. You got signed to a team. Make them realize why they did that.
Well, Justin trying to do that exactly off of the kickoff, but denied by Aistroception. Duel putting a pass midfield. Albino, that third committing, and a big-time save from Badger. Not as hard of a touch as you probably want on the shot, but that was a beautiful opportunity for the Flames. Now they have to rotate back, and a good save from Justin. Duel making a great 50 to push it out. The Spectre might be caught here, but Aistro, another big touch. Justin throwing it back. The Flames getting into a bit of a tennis match here. Flames has a chance, but Badger once again standing tall on that goal line. Not even 35 seconds in, and already a pair of saves for them.
Well, we're seeing a little bit of back and forth, which is kind of par for the course. But we're actually using all parts of the pitch, which is a good sign that both teams are being a little loose. And that opens up scoring positions, just like that one. Justin gets on the board.
I feel like the Flames have started to feel a little bit more comfortable in the air because that first shot came so high that made a bunch of the Spectre's defenders move. Justin playing that little bit of a janitor role there, but you don't want to say it was a true cleanup. It was a pass set up to him, so it was just an easy collection of the open net.
Hey, easy collections, you take those, right? 1-0 is a lot. Here's a chance for you to double it. Like I said before, double your scoreline. This might be it. Shot, wedge, battle, babe, can't get back. It's 2-0.
You're goaded, Navanta. How do you call it out before they even kick it off? The touch. Go ahead.
The Tony Romo of this, man. I'm like Nova Dramas. It's crazy.
Nova Dramas, dude. Absolutely. All right, so who wins the kickoff?
The Spectre.
The Spectre. All right. Hold up. I'm holding my breath here to see. We've already broken. We've already broken it. But now the Spectre trying to break this game wide open. It's only been 1 minute and 4 seconds, but they are down a pair of goals. This is the largest lead in this series so far. Badger can't get there. The ball going back. Reception putting it high, but Duel. Good patience here, waiting for it to midfield. A nice touch there from that last Spectre player. Justin up a little bit too overzealously. The Spectre's waiting for it. On this orange side, the ball bouncing down. Albino getting a clear here, and that's actually going to help the Spectre. An unfortunate touch pushed it back to midfield.
Well, that would have been a great pass had it connected, but again, using the width of the pitch is how you stretch out a defense to give yourself more chances to score. And I can tell you one thing, if you drop one car, well, or 2 or 3, might as well. We have ourselves a runaway, maybe?
We have a track me, but it is a one-sided affair. Justin, the shooter early on, but doing a beautiful job of finding his teammates instead of the back of the net. Drops it down, the Flames up by 3.
Passing plays win the day there, Foof.
It's about getting your team involved, and that is exactly what the Flames are doing. 2 of their 3 goals coming off of assists. They are in charge right now, and they are trying to find a way to get in charge of this series. Justin rotating back, though. No third player committing for the Flames. A dangerous play here. Istro tries to get a touch here, but can't. Justin back on. Duel going to collect this boost here, running underneath it. Bumped in front of Justin. They called him off. A nice touch here. A double attempt from Justin, but too far right. A very good look at the net, but couldn't find the angle.
From the skin of a decal, they didn't go in there, but I love the effort. That's something that the Spectre were not expecting. Sorry for the pun, I guess. But then you need more of those. You need more shots like that.
Both teams looking for more and more shots as Badger tries to put it on, but once again, wide right. It's becoming a little bit of just a nomenclature for this game. Everyone wants to put it a little bit too far right. Badger putting it on, denied again by Duel. The ball back at midfield. Spectre has some control, a nice touch there, but that is a handoff if they can't get back to it, and I think Albino runs to it. Now he's looking for Justin. I like this play here from the Flames. Another great pass. Albino passed one, but can't get past the second defender. The Flames looking for another touch. Duel down. Duel can't get to it, though. The Spectre 1-on-2. Albino and Justin sitting near post. A little bit of an errant backflip. Ice throws up, but no boost. The Flames turn away another attack.
I'm not a big fan of bringing up the score for the sake of, but the Spectre are playing so slow in this game in particular that I feel like there should be more goals scored for the Flames right now. They're just passing it back. They're doing a practice play. I wonder what's going on. Is it a comms issue for the Spectre because they can't win series being this passive?
Well, it comes to just execution. We've seen good things from both of these teams, but the Flames are beginning to hit like that one right there. Flipping the pitch, but giving so much space to the Spectre. An errant touch backwards. A shot attempt from Duel, but unable to find it. Justin, no way this works. That would have been a beautiful 1-2-3. A little bit of a ping pong ricochet, but a save here. Justin flipping it back. It's going to be wide left if the teammate can't get there. Badger putting it in the corner. A nice bounce back. Duel arcing it towards the midfield. A double attempt, but turn away by Ice Reception.
Reception with a nice clear. Almost had enough chance for another touch there, but it was knocked away. But those are the kind of things you like. When you have to go and stretch for a clear, put yourself in a position to use that for a counterattack.
That's a double commit. That's double the cars, double the commit, double the fun, but 0 of the goals there, Novan. So the ball will not find its way in, but the Flames, they're okay with that. They're in control. They're looking for another one here. Justin with one man to beat a big-time dunk, but it goes too high. Badger getting the savior medal for that touch right there. Babe trying to flip the field. No, running out of the way for Istro. That's a good communication. We want to see what the Spectre can do with it.
Well, that's the thing about the Spectre now. This game may be a little bit lost, but they still have that one game in hand in their series. They can win and they can score, but whatever they're trying now, it's not working.
Well, there was another opportunity from the Flames. They have found their offense, and it is humming, Novanta. 10 shots to 1. They are putting all the pressure on. They are backing off none of the time, and now a chance for Aistro climbing the ladder off of the beautiful dish. The Spectre find one here, and this probably won't change the outcome, but it could get some momentum back on their side.
Pulling one back, you can actually feel the frustration in Aistro Sepsis' car and says, you know what, I've tried passing it, I'm taking a hole myself. Pulling one back, 3-1, the Flames are still in lead.
He just said he's taking that one for the road for wherever they go next on the rotation, right? Just go ahead and packing that goal up in the suitcase. We can't take that one for the next scoreboard, but we'll take that for the next game, the Spectres say. And now it is 2-1 for the Flames. A great read there from them, and they have just turned it around after having nothing going in game 1. A slow start in game 2. They come out firing on all cylinders. 10 shots there. Flames looking hot.
Well, this is the arc here. If you're a Flame supporter that came out there, a little bit of nerves, they became everyone trying to be a hero, but finally the passing plays are clicking, and the scoreline has shown it. A lot more of a decisive victory. The Flames need that for momentum. We play all 5 games here in MLE. If this is your first time, welcome. I'm Novanta, das Poof, but they are at series point in this best-of-5 series set.
Well, it is truly a best-of-5 for the series, but at MLE, like you said, we play all 5. Every game matters, especially when you have number 2 playing number 3. So these guys are going to be fighting here for some control in that playoff hunt because there are only 4 teams on the orange side that are going to make it. So an important place to be when you're sitting above that true last spot. You have some safety and some comfort. So these guys are really going to head into game 4 looking for this game. The Flames trying to put it away, and the Spectre trying to find a way to tie this one back up and force a very interesting game 5.
Yeah, many times we've seen teams be shut out of playoffs by a single game or a single contest. So that's what we say, every game counts. We absolutely mean it. The Flames were in control. Let's see if the Spectre has a way to answer that, because if they don't, it's going to be a bad night for them.
Well, the Flames, they brought their offense, they brought the shots, they brought the passes. When we were talking about the beautiful passes and the assist, the way they got the passes going was starting it on their own end. I want to see if they can do that. The Spectre just finish some of those plays. You're getting a lot of good touches, a lot of good clears, and a lot of good looks. You just need to find a way to put it in the back of the net, not leaving it in front of yours. Duel putting it up and over, but it hits the post. Albino just kind of on the Sunday drive. Just watch, just arcs around and soft touches it.
It was like a 80s music video. The ball's going as slow as possible. Cars are whizzing by, but Albino puts it in one of the most unique ways of a shot on goal. The Flames, again, like the last game, are out in front.
It was like the superhero movies where it's in slow motion for everyone but that one superhero going in super speed, just walking and putting it in, putting the Flames up by 1, and they strike early. Another opportunity off the kickoff there, but couldn't find the net. Duel with a good 50 here. Justin turns back to it, gets bumped for his trouble, but can't sneak it behind Badger. Badger's up, another touch here. That Octane looking dangerous, but a big-time save. Albino making a huge stop on the goal line. Babe misses, but a big-time bump. Justin puts it far post, but that's a team pinch. Aistro had the save, and then it's pinched in.
I think the shot was not on, so that is officially a no goal there, but the shot was close enough to draw to the fence. And not one car with a wayward shot, but 2. A double commit is bad. We saw it happen. Textbook example, Flames get 2.
Rotating near side is always a dangerous proposition. It's always more dangerous when the ball is in your net. Albino puts it on, Babe making a big-time stop. The ball stalling at this midfield part. A nice 50 there from Badger, but the Flames still have control. Aistro overcommitting. Duel running in. The soft touch there, near post play. It's bouncing down. Justin, another soft touch, but beat by that Spectre defender.
Beat by my Spectre defender. You can see a little bit of urgency coming in for the Spectre. They know that if this game runs away for them soon, that might be the end of this one. So pulling one back is critical, if not required, if you remember the spooky boy.
Oh my goodness gracious, it doesn't matter because Justin gonna put another one in, dunking it over top of the last defender. A great 50 from Albino sets him up, and that ball is teed off of another Octane. Octane plus Octane equals goal, Novanta.
That wasn't a shot, that was a boot to the face. 3-0. Wow.
Wow, indeed. And you blink and you miss it. Not even halftime. The Spectre getting just torched right now. It is 3-0. The Flames running ahead, firmly in control of this game, firmly in control of the series, and trying to put it away and make their bid towards that second place spot.
Well, second place seems to be a lofty goal going into it now, but the Flames have every bit the reason they feel they can beat the world because they found out what needs to be changed in the run of a series, and they've turned it on.
It has been turned on and been kicked up to about 11 since game number 2. They found the way in overtime and have not looked back. Another 3-0 lead, another possible Flames win. Duel getting a good clear here. Icero waiting for it underneath of it. Not the best look. The Flames have been quick to every ball. A beautiful touch. You call it out. Albino chipping it in. A great shot.
Oh, that wasn't a shot. That was a straight mugging. You juggle that ball in the corner like that, leaving it loose. Well, someone's going to pick it up, and that was Albino. SQ makes it a quad. They're looking for the nickel there, Foof.
They are, and you know what, Novanta? I'm only saddened that Duel doesn't have a goal because everybody is not eating on this Flames side, but 3 big assists. That is huge offensive production from this Flames side. That is, what, 8 shots on the Flames to the 3 of the Spectre.
Well, that's a good thing about someone like Duel. He doesn't have to be a scoring threat. Being able to serve up the meals is equally as important as a playmaker, metal, main chaser myself.
Playing that point guard, just dishing it, dropping dimes, making sure everyone else is eating. Truly, Duel trying to find a shot there, but turned away by some more stingy defense. I'll be honest, I want to see the Spectre step up. ISO having 2 big saves. That's about it on the list of accolades for this game for them. They have slowed down. They have been almost shut down, truly. It's been surprising to watch.
It's been surprising to watch, but as we see these games and how they're changing here, it's every bit the fair result. The ball don't lie in most sports, especially not car ball. And I gotta say, the Spectre had every opportunity to really attack the Flames when they were on shaky ground, and they chose not to. They chose to hang back, and they're paying for it now.
They are, Novanta. We saw them cheat up in game 1, and they got the goal in the end of regulation. And then game 2, they had a chance. But after that loss in game 2 and that shelling in the last game, they have just kind of retreated into that shell. I wondered if they would step out more, being this technically undefeated in series team, but they have not found their way. Badger trying that they can. Another touch here. The ball is up high. Babe waiting for it underneath, but no boost means this is not a threatening touch, and back towards that purple side it goes.
Well, you're saying it's becoming a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? You're saying 3-0 series lead, or they were undefeated so far, and you let it go past. You go, we'll get the next one. The next one doesn't come, and you start missing your shots. And you start blaming your teammates in the comms, or maybe that's just me. I have no idea. But it becomes a slippery slope. And I gotta say, your mental toughness is really a part of this game. You gotta put your head down. You gotta say, don't worry about it, and pull things back before this scoreline becomes even more emphatic.
Well, right now, an emphatic touch from the Flames as they flip the pitch. Technically, it was on. Badger has to get up and make another touch. A save, but not gifted the 50 points from Psionic. So, held away. The MVPR wrongfully stolen, Novanta. But Justin putting it back up. Another touch here, looking off the backboard. A double, a beautiful dish down, but there is no Flame support. That was a lone fire in front of the net, and unfortunately, that does not find its way in.
Hence the last 30 seconds, both teams looking aggressively for a goal. And like I said before, ain't nothing wrong with running up the score if you're feeling yourself. But the Spectre now, more than everything else, heading into Game 5, needs one to say, look, all is not lost. We still have that goal-scoring avenue, because right now I don't see it.
Well, they had the 1, and I was wondering if that momentum would carry over, but that momentum was dead and gone as soon as the Flames struck early. It was just like the clock struck 12, the carriage turned back into a pumpkin, and just everything was gone. The Flames have just burned it all away. Nothing left but despair and losses for the Spectre as they go down, what is that, 3 in a row?
Looks that way, and it could be 4 if the way these runs of form holds, but I don't want to be all doom and gloom. I'm Novanta. I'm a nice guy. I'm a happy guy, right? Path to victory, Spectre. Sometimes you go too wide on defense. That's 3 crawls across the goal. I understand that, but that's not working for you now. The Flames have found a way to break that defensive formation. So what do? Turn that letter I on its side. Go 1-1-1. Yes, you can trust most of your defense to one player, but you got to give yourself some score lanes up top. All is lost. The series is lost. Get one more extra game back and have a 3-2 loss as opposed to a 1-4.
You know what I want to see from both of these squads? Where is the physicality, Novanta? We've seen, like, what, 2 demos in the entire series? Somebody step up.
Bloodthirsty.
I work with Lars, okay? It's all I get to see sometimes. He's usually in my ears yelling at me. The demos.
Say that, fam.
There's been nothing on the bump side. We've seen a couple, and there was one that worked for the Flames, I believe. So I want to see both of these teams go towards it. The Spectre, that's something you can try. And, I mean, I would demo Justin personally. That's what, like 18 shots in the series? Yeah, stop him, and you might have a little bit closer of a series. So that would be my thing, is slow them down however you can with bumps, boost controlled, demos. Find your way, Spectre, because the Flames are just running away with this right now.
It's usually a sign if a team does not choose to boost Starve or to do bumps or demos, that they're all ball watching, waiting to be too reactive for that first bounce or that second bounce. And that may be great in casual or comp, but teams that work together and train together can anticipate you waiting, that hesitation. And I always say there's only one mistake you can make in Rocket League, and that's hesitating.
Be proactive, not reactive. Novanta said it beautifully. Now, Albino getting some control here. The Flames have been proactive this entire series after game 1, looking to make it 4 straight. A run over top of the Spectre. The Spectre reeling, but have a game to kind of put themselves back. Have some control here. A nice touch from Istro, but turned away. The Flames not giving up any of those easy shots right now. Babe has a nice touch, but no boost again. A familiar situation for them. Just kind of not finding a lot of those small pads and maybe a little bit too heavily reliant on those big boosts.
Hey, you know what? It's something different, because I do think the Flames are a little bit frustrated. Their go-to formation, their go-to scoring attack didn't work for the first 30, 40, 50 seconds. They have to think of something else, which is a good sign through the Spectre. Use that confusion time period to put some shots on frame, and maybe you can force some mistakes from the Flames.
Well, now this is something we haven't seen in a while. The Spectre have planted their flag in this Flames side, overrunning it, but Badger and Istro connecting in that corner to push that pinch on. Albino trying to push it back, but the Spectre will not give an inch. They have control. I like this upfield rotation. They are making aggressive pushes, but have no shots to show for it, no goals to show for it. Badger puts it, but too far left. A nice look, but just a little bit too far.
Sometimes when you have your team situation where the scoring opportunities aren't as solid, you got to just put the pressure on and give each person a chance to really build up a confidence bit by bit. It's kind of risky to do that in game 5 of a 5-game series set, but you're from the Spectre now. You got to win this game at all costs. Why not go for it?
Well, Novanta, I'll be honest, it's technically see all games matter, but losing a series 4-1 and losing a series 3-2 is different, but you can start playing more aggressive. You can be leaning forward here. Sit up. Try to find a way to force a 3-2 instead of a 4-1, and that is what the Spectre are doing. They have no shots, but they have all of the pressure right now. The Flames having to make any and all of those saves.
Yeah, having your opponent make all the saves is the first step of breaking down the defense, because frankly, 1-4s aren't great. Being reverse swept is not good either, and so I can see why they're being a lot more aggressive than ever before.
But now, that aggressive trying to bite them in a butt, but Badger, a great job running far post and then getting underneath that ball and denying it, but Duel still on the ball, still on the shot, still in the goal, and the Flames are still in the lead.
Not all goals are created equal, and I'm going to tell you one thing. If I was a Spectre right now, those are the kind of goals that will take you out of the game. You say, look, we've tried everything. We put the ball to the wall, the spaghetti on the wall, and it didn't work out. What do we have to do? If you're the Flames, now's the time you clamp down. And if you're the Spectre, get a hold of yourself. You can still win this game.
I have to agree with Twitch Chat. You're right. It only took him one game to get there, but Duel finally getting his goal, sitting firmly at the table, knife and fork in hand, giving the Flames a lead. But the Spectre trying to find a shot of their own. Justin puts it back off the ceiling, trying to find another touch here, but can't. Bait putting it towards this orange side. A one-on-one opportunity, but backing off are the Spectres. They didn't want to force here. An interesting call. Albino flicks one, has the lead block attempt, but doesn't go for that last Spectre defender.
I like to say that no matter what happens in this game, the fact that Duel eating at the buffet table was a major storyline made my day. But I was going to say this too. Like I said, that last goal was a game breaker, because now the Spectre have now retreated back to their old formation, their old ways, and that battle's already been lost. We saw that loss in game 2 through 4, and so it's kind of a sad thing to see here if you remember the Spooky Boys, but you still have a chance of tying it up. Just keep being aggressive.
I like the half flip there from Badger, getting back to it, but not finding the ball. Albino, I start arriving in reverse. A little bit of an interesting tactic here, trying some outlandish and outside of the box, thinking it might work. Badger, there's nobody there. Tactical confusion. If you don't know what you're doing, your opponent can't know.
Here's why this is so smart. Badger with a little bit of a pop. It was a perfect strength. It wasn't too short to get 50. It wasn't too long to lose control. It was right there on target. That's what I'm talking about. We're coming with something brand new. We're level once more, poof.
We are sitting at that 1-1 tie. Nobody's in the lead. Nobody's in control. You have to find a way if you're either of these teams. And Albino with a near post opportunity. The Flames, if there is a punch, they will counter punish Novancha.
Oh man, they are just trolling them now. Why do you gotta take so much time, make them score when to score one real quick? But hey, the result the same. 2-1 the Flames, and that one could have been stuffed away, but it was an awkward angle. I can't knock the Spectres for that one. The Flames have an opportunity and a responsibility now to put this beyond doubt. Can they do it though?
By the way, 100% goal participation from Justin, 2 big assists, and that is a reason why the Flames have done well. A pass earlier and a dunk on the kickoff to set that one up. Istro and the Spectre now have to find another goal, and that looked like the one that tied it up, and now it's running back. No one got to it. Oh my goodness gracious, the Spectre tie it up. Comedy of errors in the back half.
Brad Ho, babe, I will play with him and scrim with Amelia Bot. He is the master of the change-up pitch. Down the middle, Flames are on ice skates, y'all, and they're tied once again.
That is truly a change-up. It just snuck past everyone. No one expected that. The Spectre tying it up with less than a minute left, and I was trying to say maybe that 1-goal lead looked like a mountain, but they said it was a molehill, Novancha. They've tied it up. There's only 38 seconds left, and they're looking for more. A pass off the backboard, a double bounce, but Al puts it in, and Battle Bay puts another one in. The Spectre up by 1.
They're never going to call Bradhold the third man now. Single-handedly keeping the Spectre alive and thriving here in Game 5 with a clutch goal. They have the lead for the first time in how many games? And now if the record holds, they may win this one.
Now it is sitting 3-2, and that is exactly what the Spectre are trying to do, forcing 2-3 instead of a 4-1. Badger puts it on. Istroception gets it in.
What?
The Spectre playing up and playing aggressive. They are finding their way.
Spooky boy season! Look at this, everyone's eating now. Goals upon goals upon goals. Take that, Game 1, 4-2, the Spectre, and they're out in front with insurance.
They are out with insurance. They are out with control. They are out with aggression, Novancha. They are firmly in control. Badger gets the ball. 50 there. Albino and company need to find another one here. Justin in the corner. A near post play is arising. The ball bouncing back down. The Flames come through, but there are so many ghosts in front of that net, and you can't get it past them.
What an embarrassing way to lose if you remember the Flames here, but props to Spectre for not giving up how many teams would have in this situation.
I would say it was just a great showing from the Spectre in the end. They found a way, and once they got it close, the Flames overcommit, and that means the Spectre realizing, oh, we can step up. We can play with these guys. They start taking shots. Badger, 5 big ones. Istro getting 2, and then somehow, Novancha, Brathole Babe with a 200% shooting shot.
I gotta say, the 5 games, everyone kind of forgot about Brad Hall. We just thought that, hey, there'll be 5 crossing the pitch, but no, knock, knock. If I'm the member of Spectre now, I'm getting Brad Hall the biggest milkshake, definitely earned it today. And both teams are now pretty much even on their records here. 12-8 if you're the Spectre, 11-9 if you're the Flames. Both teams walk out of this dogfight with black eyes, not smelling like roses at all.
Wait, say that again? It is 12-8 for the Spectre.
11-9.
A 9 for the Flames. The Flames are now a single game behind the Spectre. The Spectre hold on to that second place spot currently because of that. So the Spectre, a huge win there in game number 5. So a great showing from both of these teams. And now you see why I was kind of worried after those first 2 games. It looked like it was going to start to run away, the 3-0 run for the Flames. And so, but they both came in the end and had a great showing.
If there's one thing, if it's the first time watching MLE or even competitive Rocket League, the thing they don't really tell you in all those videos is the mental game. It takes a lot to keep yourself in a game when you know all is lost. And so even though the Flames walk away with the series win, I got to give it to the Spectre. They found a way to make goals happen from an unlikely source, quote unquote, but it was an amazing display of keeping with pace, and now you have yourselves a better record you had than what it could have been if you got swept.
You're very much correct. And so a great showing for both these teams. And I said it, I was hoping for a classic, and I wished it could have had the exciting Game 5, but it was an exhilarating Game 5. It just didn't mean for the series, Novancha, unfortunately. But I hope you enjoyed that game. We are going to take a short break, and after that, we will be back, stepping up, going towards that Champions League, and we now have another Orange Conference game coming towards you. The number 2 seeded Lightning playing against the number 5 Jets. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after a short break.